It's Uncle Joe with Uncle Joe Hikes, and we are at the Chattooga River, and we're heading across the bridge into the Georgia side. Gonna pick up the Chattooga River Trail and head north for a little ways. We're maybe a little under a half a mile in, and this tree came down and took this bridge out, looks like. I guess they must have collapsed it on that end, because that's the sill for the other side. So it must have knocked it in and they were able to bring it back out. My guess is they probably used a come along or something, I don't know. But looks like we might be able to get around it here. If we go up this little beat out trail right here, maybe we'll get to a shallow part of the creek. And what you can do, there's an old roadbed right there, so that helps. Like some people are going straight across there. We just came across two bridges there. Now we're along this creek here. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. We make our way. We've just made a big loop away from the river. And the trail does that quite a bit, kind of like the Bartram does. Down on this end. But we'll be making our way back toward the river. Won't have as many long sustained stretches on it like we did up by Ellicott Rock. This is just there's a chance to get out. Get some foot time. You could hear that cascade where you got to it, that's for sure. Get through that blow down there. Okay, making some noise. It's got a nice deep tone to it. Yeah. It funnels in and sound probably reverberates off that rock and out of there too. Beautiful little pool down there. It's a beautiful spot. Oh yeah. So we actually just came over this gap here. It looks down into this drainage, so it's kind of weird to be hiking this trail knowing that you're following the river, which is on your right, and yet we've just flipped over this side slope, and now we have a hillside on our right. So it's just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of feels weird. But yeah, we're gonna obviously duck back. The trail's spending a good time away from the river here in this section, which happens sometimes. Well, we'll be getting back to the river here just a bit. I think we'll probably stop at another point on the river a little further up, about the 4 mile mark or so. And oh wow, okay, so we're gonna switch back right here and spend even more time on this side slope. So there you are. What are you gonna do? Keep walking. The trail's right up there. I came down this little tongue here. You can just see the river, the shiny, shimmering thing through the trees there. This is the closest we'll come for a little while. We stay away from the river a good bit in this first section here. But that's okay. We're gonna go around and around and around and eventually settle down on it. Hopefully there'll be a nice place to see it and take a break. But we're not quite halfway to that point yet, but we're getting there. Just came through there, we're making a big hook here. Right by these two huge hemlock trees. And they're big. There's a lot of variety of tree around here and along this river. You can see pines right there. And then there's just different varieties of hemlocks and I guess spruce and stuff. It's just, it's pretty cool. We got plenty of soft needles here as we make this round. The river is making a loop, so we're making a bigger one out around this draw here. So we'll be over there here directly on that other ridge. Well, we climbed up onto some double track. Looking, it's not really double track, but it was at one time obviously a roadbed. So we're making our way around this hook. Yeah, we've had quite a few low downs to crawl under. Nothing terribly bad. This kind of is what it is. Yeah, like we're gonna be in this roadbed for a little while. Then we'll make our way around. I got a feeling we're gonna go around that ridge and then drop down to the bottom, and that should put us down at the river. But we'll take us a little break. It's been a great trail so far. Creek just comes right out from under the ground right there and runs down and then drops down the drainage back there. The trail looks like it splits back there, but it doesn't. You have to stay to your left. It'll become obvious if you try to go right, it ends abruptly. So yeah, heading up this drainage. I'm sure whenever it's really wet, the water flows on top, but it drops underground there for a while, and you see it pop right back up. It's kind of cool. Still moving upwards, up around this ridge. I just passed the hiker who had headed out ahead of me. He was having some lunch. We were walking out on this ridge here. Of course, there's a double track, actually, a logging road coming in there, but this is a long ridge we've been walking out on, and here's the little hook back to the left I've been waiting for after looking at the GPS track. So yeah, we came out on this ridge here, right across the top of it, and still making our way. He said he wasn't going very much further, and then I told him we'd be getting real close, should be getting down to the river about a little over half a mile. So he may come on down to the river too. Well, we've been hearing this for about the last 50 yards. Beautiful creek down there. Water just rolling over. Good sized creek. Camera's not really picking up. You can barely see through the rhododendrons there. But presumably we'll cross that shortly, I guess. You can hear some more cascading right here. Yeah. See it through the trees there. There we go. This bridge got a little oblong. Cattywampus. Lovely. Trail comes around some mess right there. You got to really watch it. You could see that bridge across, and first I thought I'd already passed everything. Then I saw this little footbridge here and realized that this is where the trail actually comes to. So I'm trying to get across without falling. It's hard to say. It looks like the trail actually goes right over there, but it's kind of growed over a bit right there. But anyway, we made it. Made it to the footbridge, that's what matters. funny how you hear things. So I came around that corner. I goes forward, I heard somebody talking. And that happens sometimes around a creek, but usually it's because the creek's flowing good and dropping. And that creek was kind of trickling, so I don't know what I thought I heard, but what it was, but it was pretty clear at the time. I don't know, I might be losing my mind. Well, we can see the river right there. We're finally at that close point, but I was hoping there would be a place to have lunch by the river. I ain't seeing no place. We'll pop through the trees here. See, somebody's bound to cut a little spot for us. But we're gonna come down here, enjoy a snack by this incredibly beautiful river. Look at this. This is just off the chain. Wow. Look at there. Water even gives the illusion it's going backwards. See how it comes down here, back and up. It's just like, it's crazy. It's amazing how water works. And it's just dropping, steadily dropping elevation as it gets down to Tougaloo Lake and then eventually into Lake Hartwell and on down. Anyway, let's have a break, get us something to eat, a little snack. Got some sitting logs over here. Convenient, very convenient. Well, we're leaving the river, and I could hear some people either in the river or on the other side. So, probably what I heard earlier. But anyway, we're making our way back, which means we got to go back up into the woods and leave the river behind us for a little bit. But we got some beautiful creeks along the way, so have consolation. Yeah, and some more blowdown. So here we go. Let's step over some of this stuff. That big creek we saw earlier, I thought the trail was going to follow. That's it right there, but it goes down behind this hillside here. And we didn't get to see that big cascade. I could really hoped we would. Well, we can hear the water, but we can't see it. We got another spot here where we're kind of really near side of the river. Oh well, we'll be down there soon enough. But right now we gotta keep rolling. Well, you can barely see through the trees there, the white water. And over here through the trees, you can just make out the bridge. So we're real close. Getting closer by the minute. We're back at our fallen bridge. When I came through here before, I went around and up and crossed up there. But as it turns out, somebody kind of already had assembled a crossing. I just didn't notice it from the other side. So this is where we're going to cross right here. All right, we're back at the bridge. Back at the kiosk. Back at the stone. It tells us that it's 10 miles to Dix Creek. Sure, I'm glad them stairs are there at the end. Well, we're back at Old Gobi, and hopefully nobody broke in and stole my transistor radio. I got one of them highfalutin ones that gets AM and FM. Hope it's still in there. All right, Chattooga River Trail, Terminus to say mile marker 4, done. And it's a good trail. I've been wanting to do it from the Terminus, and this was, I really just needed to get out. But I wanted to get some good mileage in. I need the miles. I really do. I need the leg. But yeah, this section doesn't follow the river tightly, but it is a good section, and it's pretty busy from the standpoint of how much there is to it. A lot of ups and downs and dinking and dunking over here. Not something you're going to do real fast, that's for sure, but still a good section of trail. You get some glimpses of the river, and then there at mile marker 4, you come right down there pretty close to it. You can hike a little spur where we did and take a little break. But had a good time, spent a little time with this fellow from Mexico, and he sat in on my break with me, and we talked a little bit. He's a pretty cool guy. He's been over here about, I think he said 5 years or so. He's going to stay about another year, he said, then he wants to go back home. So we talked a little bit about Mexico too. And yeah, it's a good hike. Now it's time to get something to eat because I'm tired and I'm hungry.